As people enter older adulthood, a convergence of social, economic, and lifestyle changes can quietly but powerfully contribute to weight gain and obesity. These are not merely personal choices or failures of willpower. They are deeply embedded in the lived realities of aging, particularly for those navigating retirement, reduced income, physical limitations, and shifting social roles. Obesity in older adults is often the downstream result of a complex web of structural and emotional factors, many of which go unrecognized or unaddressed in public health efforts. While medical explanations like hormonal shifts and metabolic decline are often cited, the socioeconomic and lifestyle dimensions of aging may be equally influential, and in many ways, more modifiable. One of the most profound transitions that occurs in later life is retirement. While retirement can be a welcome relief from decades of work, it also disrupts the structure and rhythm of daily life. Without the routine of commuting, scheduled meals, or purposeful movement, many older adults find themselves more sedentary, more socially isolated, and more vulnerable to mindless eating. Work often provides not only physical activity, but also cognitive engagement and social interaction, elements that protect against depression and promote overall well-being. When those disappear suddenly, motivation declines, and unstructured time can lead to boredom, emotional eating, or increased television viewing, all of which are associated with reduced physical activity and calorie overconsumption. Loneliness and social isolation are especially potent forces in the development of obesity during aging. Many older adults lose spouses, friends, or community ties over time. This emotional void can lead to comfort eating or increased reliance on convenient, highly palatable foods. Meals once shared become solitary, and the motivation to prepare nutritious food may decline. Emotional hunger, unlike physical hunger, often leads people toward calorie-dense, nutrient-poor choices, cookies, chips, ice cream, not only because they're comforting, but also because they're easy to access and require little effort. Over time, this subtle pattern can result in weight gain that accumulates quietly and feels difficult to reverse. Financial constraints further complicate the picture. Living on a fixed income after retirement often limits access to fresh, nutrient-rich foods. Many older adults, especially those in urban food deserts or rural areas, resort to processed or packaged foods that are cheaper but higher in sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats. The cost of healthier options like fresh produce, lean meats, or whole grains can be prohibitive, especially for individuals managing multiple prescriptions, medical appointments, and other expenses. Meanwhile, gyms, fitness classes, or physical therapy programs may be unaffordable or inaccessible, and transportation issues often make regular grocery shopping or outdoor activity more difficult. Moreover, lifelong habits and cultural norms play a significant role. For many individuals, food habits formed during younger years persist into old age, even when those habits no longer match the body's changing metabolic needs. People accustomed to large portions or high-fat traditional foods may find it emotionally difficult to downsize or change their dietary pattern, especially when food is one of their few remaining pleasures. Cultural attitudes that equate weight loss with frailty or sickness may also discourage intentional weight management in later life. In some communities, larger body size is still viewed as a sign of prosperity or nurturing, making obesity in older age less likely to be challenged or treated seriously. All of these socioeconomic and lifestyle influences create an environment in which obesity becomes not only more likely, but more persistent. And unfortunately, the effects are not benign. Weight gain in later life raises the risk of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, joint problems, and diminished independence, leading to more doctor visits, medication use, and hospitalizations. Yet many of these consequences are preventable with interventions that go beyond the clinical and address the social fabric of older adulthood. Community programs, for instance, that offer free or low-cost fitness classes, meal services, or social events can provide both physical activity and emotional engagement. Policies that expand access to fresh food through senior markets, delivery services, or supplemental nutrition programs can help improve diet quality even on a limited budget. Mental health support is also crucial. Treating depression, anxiety, or grief in older adults can restore energy, optimism, and willingness to adopt healthier habits. Encouraging intergenerational connection through volunteer work, mentoring, or shared meals with younger people can combat the loneliness that so often drives unhealthy behaviors. In truth, the intersection of aging and obesity is less about individual failure and more about systemic neglect. Society often leaves older adults to navigate the physical and emotional complexities of later life without adequate support, making obesity a symptom of deeper disconnection and inequality. However, this also means that solutions are possible. By recognizing and addressing the real-life barriers that aging individuals face, retirement stress, income limits, loneliness, and ingrained habits, we can help shift the trajectory toward healthier aging. Ultimately, reducing obesity in older adults requires a holistic, compassionate approach that sees beyond the scale. It demands attention to the emotional, social, and economic realities that shape behavior. When those needs are acknowledged and supported, weight management becomes not only more achievable, but also more meaningful as a pathway not just to a longer life, but to a better one.